$8.95 plus free shipping. Call the number on your screen.
800-590-8331.
41 NBC. Clear, accurate, to the point. Now, your no-wait 41 NBC AccuWeather forecast.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Karen Williams. On this Friday Eve, we're looking at and we're tracking some light showers that are moving through parts of Lawrence, parts of Johnson and Twiggs counties there. That's the area that you see in yellow there. The rest of this is ground clutter mixed with some fog out there, so give yourself a little extra time. Now as we zoom out, you can see how it's moving right now, just very light in nature. Now looking at the 41 Skyview camera over Forsyth, brought to you by Volume Chevrolet, you can see how that flag is really moving in the wind there. It's 68 degrees and the dew point is at 64. The wind is northeast at about 5 miles per hour with those occasional gusts out there. I will have your full forecast coming up a little bit later on in our newscast as 41 Daybreak starts right now.
In high definition, this is 41 NBC News at Daybreak.
Good morning, Middle Georgia. Today is Thursday, October 9th. Happy Friday Eve to you. Thanks so much for watching 41 NBC News at Daybreak. I'm Tyreek Wynn. Our top story this morning, Israelis and Palestinians are celebrating today as negotiators reach a tentative ceasefire agreement. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he'll convene his government to approve the deal. Experts warn that the road ahead will be difficult, but as Amy Kiley reports, it could be the first step towards ending the suffering of thousands.
This really is the end of the war.
Israel and Hamas say they have agreed to phase one of a ceasefire plan.
The next few days, with each side has to do certain things. The Israelis have to pull out. Hamas needs to release the hostages. Israel needs to release prisoners.
Hamas and its allies are holding 48 hostages. The Israeli government believes 20 are alive. President Donald Trump says their release could begin Monday. Many Israelis are expressing gratitude toward the U.S.
What we're witnessing is peace through pressure.
The Hostages and Missing Families Forum says members are excited, but adds, quote, "Our struggle is not over and will not end until the last hostage returns home." Reports out of Gaza say people there clapped and cheered at the news.
It's incredibly quiet from the skies. Come on!
The United Nations says it will supply sustained humanitarian relief to Gazans. Trump says other Mideast countries plan to help with reconstruction.
I think Gazans will have massive relief as the war stops.
Experts say the next phase of the ceasefire plan will be harder to implement.
It speaks about reconstruction in Gaza. It speaks about an international security force. All of those things are very complicated.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Wednesday, you may have noticed heavy law enforcement presence in Warner Robins. That was from a gang and racketeering operation. According to the city of Warner Robins, it's an ongoing investigation and more details will be released in the near future. You can stay up to date with 41 NBC for updates on this story as they become available. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says it needs your help in finding a wanted man. They say 43-year-old Dennis Belk is wanted for identity theft and forgery in the 3rd degree. He also has warrants out of Columbia and DeKalb counties for financial crimes. So if you know where Belk is or have any information, call the Monroe County Sheriff's Office or contact them through Facebook, Instagram, or the Monroe County Sheriff's Office app, where you may remain anonymous. On Tuesday, a 5-time convicted felon was sentenced to prison for 41 years in Baldwin County, according to the Okmulgee District Attorney's Office. The DA's office says a jury convicted Cully Harabal of trafficking methamphetamine, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer and obstruction of an officer. They say when police attempted to stop Harabal, he led law enforcement on a high-speed chase that ended on Georgia Highway 212. Harabal then ran before being caught. He was found in possession of over 426 grams of methamphetamine. And in Macon County, 2 men are taken into custody after police found contraband intended for inmates, according to the Montezuma Police Department. They say an officer stopped a vehicle on Tuesday for a window tint violation. During the stop, officer said they had probable cause to search that vehicle and found marijuana, tobacco, cigarettes, vapes, cell phones, a THC pen, and a bottle of promethazine. Gregory Bryant of Nicholas, Georgia, and Zemborde Moore of Douglas, Georgia, face multiple drug charges. Across Georgia, the last of 10 fugitives who escaped from a New Orleans jail nearly 5 months ago was captured after a tense standoff. Authorities say 28-year-old Derek Groves was found hiding in a crawl space in Atlanta home after a 3-hour standoff. Groves had been on the run since May 16th when he and 9 others escaped from a New Orleans prison. Investigators say the inmates cut through the cell walls behind a toilet, then moved it back to conceal the hole. Officials credit a Crime Stoppers tip and multi-agency teamwork for finally tracking Groves down.
Ever since the escape, which was in May, the U.S. Marshals in New Orleans, along with several other departments, started basically a task force just for this case and have spent thousands of hours working tons of leads. We can't say exactly what brought us here, but it was a very thorough investigation, mainly by our New Orleans Marshals, and then they sent us information which we corroborated and was able to locate him at this location.
Raw gathering in 2018, he now faces additional charges for his role in the escape. When daybreak continues, a major break in one of California's most destructive fires. Authorities say they've arrested 29-year-old Florida man accused of maliciously setting that deadly blaze. We'll have that story coming up next.
Tucker Sargent, 41 NBC News. Clear, accurate, to the point.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Looking for the ultimate beauty supply experience in Macon? Step into Hair Depot, where style meets selection. From stunning wigs, braiding hair and extensions to makeup, scrubs, women's fashion, barber tools, and more, Hair Depot has it all. We're the only retail store in Macon carrying authentic, raw Cambodian hair. Premium quality you won't find anywhere else. With a spacious layout and a vibe that's always on point, Hair Depot makes it easy to find exactly what you need.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Great, let's go with that one.
To see the possibilities all around you. At Capella University, you'll learn in-demand business skills relevant to the career you want.
The Cherry Blossom Festival is proud to host Macon-Bibb County's Veterans Day events, November 8th through 10th. Sign up for the Veterans Day 5K on November 8th at Middle Georgia State University's cross-country course. Then celebrate our hometown heroes at the Veterans Day Parade on November 9th in downtown Macon. Tee off at the Veterans Day Golf Tournament on November 10th at River North Country Club. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Georgia Veterans Service Foundation. Sign up at cherryblossom.com.
He hired me to defend him against a domestic violence protection order.
You gave him $3,000 as a retainer.
His lawyer was on the clock.
How many hours did Mr. Belmer spend with you?
1 hour.
But did he really put in the time?
How many hours did you spend on Mr. Price's case?
More than $3,000 worth.
Show me.
I don't have a bill with me, Your Honor.
Why not?
Next, Judge Judy.
Tonight at 7 on 41 NBC.
When severe weather strikes, count on 41 NBC and the 41 NBC AccuWeather team to have the very latest live storm updates to keep your family safe. That's what we mean when we say 41 NBC is clear, accurate, to the point.
Now, your 41 NBC AccuWeather forecast, presented by Volume Chevrolet.
Welcome back. Here's another view of our 41 Skyview camera over downtown Macon. This view is brought to you by the Piedmont Macon Medical Center. And as you can tell, there's a little bit of fog off in the far horizon there, but up close visibility is a little bit better. So we have cloudy conditions. It's 68, feels like 66. The humidity 88%, dew point is 64 degrees, and the winds are northeast at 5 miles per hour. Now around the U.S., mainly those temperatures that are a little bit on the warm side are down to our south, but notice the green and the dark blue, that's indicating the colder temperatures that are moving into the area. Now Nashville is at 54 degrees right now, Little Rock, Arkansas is at 59, and Wichita, Kansas is at 59, but Tampa, Florida is at 75, and New Orleans, Louisiana is at 77 degrees. So that is your range of temperatures. Now looking at what you need to know, the cold front will bring us some light showers, and once that has passed through, we'll have cooler air to move in, and it's only going to allow our temperatures only to get up in the 70s today. Now we expect a dry and gradually warming trend to come in towards the weekend, at least till about Sunday, and then it will last into the beginning portion of next week. Now for your day planner, 7 a.m. 65 degrees, 9 a.m. 66, and then 11 a.m. 70 degrees. For today, there will be some fog in some areas, then we'll have some clouds and then a little bit of sun. We can expect a stray shower in some areas, but you'll notice that it'll be on the breezy side. Those winds will get up to northeast to about 11 miles per hour, with those occasional gusts up to 20 or more, and we'll get up to 74 degrees. And then what we're looking at, our high temperatures will be in the low 70s, with Jackson getting up to 72, Forsyth will get up to 73, Fort Valley you'll get up to 74, then Saundersville will get up to 74, Gray will get up to 73, and then McRae will get up to 75, and Mount Vernon will get up to 76 degrees. Now as we move forward here, we're going to talk a little bit about the tropics. We have Tropical Storm Jerry, which is west-northwest at 20 miles per hour. That's where it's going, and mainly this is going to be an event for the seas other than some rip currents for Bermuda. So luckily this season we haven't seen too many landfalling hurricanes to hit the U.S. Now hopefully we will continue that. We still know that the hurricane season does come to an end on November the 30th. Now looking at the infrared satellite, we see a few clouds in the area and few showers that are moving off to the coast. I will have your 7-day forecast in about 10 seconds.
Every new Volume Chevrolet comes with our exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and oil changes for life. Volume Chevrolet!
Here's your 41 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast, sponsored by Volume Chevrolet. There will be a chance for an isolated shower, only a 10% chance later today, and we're only going to get up to 74 degrees. For your Friday, we'll start out in the mid to upper 50s, then get up to only 70. Saturday will be cool as well, upper 70s. We start to see a warming trend by Sunday into next week, in which our temperatures will be in the low 80s.
It was one of the most destructive fires in California history. Wednesday, authorities arresting a 29-year-old Florida man, charging him with arson and accusing him of maliciously starting the deadly fire. Nearly 7,000 homes and businesses had been burned to the ground, and 12 people were dead. NBC's Liz Cruets has more.
9 months and 1 day since the start of the Palisades Fire, federal authorities arresting 29-year-old Jonathan-Rinderknecht, charging him with arson for allegedly setting the deadly blaze.
We will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he intentionally started this fire, and maliciously.
After what officials describe as a painstaking months-long investigation, authorities now determining the Palisades Fire stemmed from the Lockman Fire, which they say Rinderknecht started during the early hours of New Year's Day.
And it smoldered underground for about a week until on January 7th, heavy winds caused this underground fire to surface and spread above ground, causing what became known as the Palisades Fire.
According to the criminal complaint, Rinderknecht was driving for Uber on New Year's Eve. His last two passengers allegedly described him as appearing agitated and angry. After his last ride ended at 11:34 p.m. in the Pacific Palisades, authorities say he then drove alone to the nearby Skull Rock trailhead and hiked up the trail. About 30 minutes later, right around here is where investigators say the fire started, likely from a lighter. They say Rinderknecht then tried calling 911 multiple times but couldn't get through, possibly because of cell signal. Investigators not yet revealing an alleged motive, but pointing to these chilling AI images he asked ChatGPT to create.
The defendant's ChatGPT prompt of a dystopian painting showing in part a burning forest and a crowd fleeing from it.
Tonight, fire victims reacting outraged.
It is mind-boggling to think that somebody would actually think about burning down a city.
I want him to know that, how much people are suffering, how much suffering he caused.